This is the Specialty Coffee Association online training. If you've already been learning with me, welcome back. If this is your first time tuning in, make sure and check out prior episodes on our website, www.sca.training, or on our YouTube and Yoku SCA English channels. The SCA represents a global community of coffee enthusiasts and professionals. My name is Adam Scott Carpenter, or in China you can call me Huang Peng. People might ask, why do you do so much work to give away such great content like this? The answer is simple. First, I hope more great people can join the Specialty Coffee Association. Second, I want to provide my Chinese coffee friends with coffee materials which can boost English language skills. Today we'll be covering Part 3 of the SCA Barista Skills Foundation level. If you enjoy the content, please be sure to tell your friends about it. Thanks for being part of my SCA Training Coffee crew. Now, picking back up where we left off, let's keep discussing the 5 interdependent elements as outlined by the SCA for making fantastic espresso. Espresso beans and blends, the barista, the machine, the grinder, and water. These 5 elements should be committed to memory. Today, we're going to be discussing, for our theory section, espresso grinders and the espresso machine, the well-trained barista, how they can recognize various machine types, how that barista should understand grinding and the effect of espresso extraction, how he should have a clear grasp of the many variables at play when calibrating a grinder, dosing, the SCA core standards of effectively dosing and distributing coffee grounds, tamping, recognize correct or faulty tamping. In the practical section, you should know how to operate various machine types, how to adjust grinders to improve espresso extraction, have the ability to control and calibrate grinding variables, dosing, to dose and distribute grounds correctly, tamping, of course, to tamp correctly. Further, we'll be discussing extraction and the ability to talk about how espresso is made, describing sensory attributes of espresso, and understand what the SCA espresso standards are. For brewing, you should understand when equipment is ready and how to prepare it to be ready. To memorize the order of steps to prepare espresso and understand sensory impacts of correct versus incorrect espresso extraction. Practically, you should be able to make espresso according to SCA standards, to taste and describe it, to prepare equipment and machines following a strict order of steps for preparing espresso, and finally, tasting and distinguishing between correct or incorrect espresso extraction. The second of the 5 interdependent elements is you, the barista. The barista's key goal and first target in achieving great espresso extraction is to maintain a consistent shot time. Consistent shot time will be the best indicator that extraction is accurate. This includes accurate flavor, aromas, crema, body, acidity, and more. The first step every barista must take to achieve consistent shot time is practice consistent dosing. Pictured on the right is a diagram for loosely adding coffee to the basket, evenly distributing it with your finger or hand, and third, the correct tamp to ensure proper extraction. Common errors both new and old baristas commit include 1. Dosing too little coffee. If you're short 1 or 2 grams from the standard, this will cause water to flow too fast, and the espresso color will become yellowish. Second, dosing too much coffee. If you are over 1 or 2 grams from the standard, this will cause water to hesitate to flow, and the espresso will slowly drip with black drops. Third, dosing accurately, within half a gram, 0.5 from the standard. This will cause water to first drip and then flow. Espresso might change from a dark mahogany color to marbled shades to a golden yellow finish. The two errors above most commonly emerge from switching baristas in the bar, changing your espresso beans, maybe from old or worn out grinders and equipment, among other variables. Continuing with our second interdependent element, barista skills, channeling is another common error to avoid. Water, you see, is really smart, and it seeks out the path of least resistance through a coffee bed. A barista's goal is pictured on the left, where water must flow evenly through the center of the coffee bed, extracting flavors, aromas, body, and crema consistently from our fresh ground coffee. However, if an opening or a weak spot exists, pictured right, the water will change course, flowing to create a channel to escape out the bottom. This causes uneven, undesirable, and insufficient extraction. Make sure to remember and share with your friends these tips to prevent channeling. First, dry the portafilter well prior to dosing your ground coffee. If the basket is wet, coffee grounds will gather and stick to the water droplets. Second, rotate the portafilter evenly during the grinding to help distribute grounds uniformly. Beware, some grinders or paddle dispensers tend to throw coffee grounds to one side, often to the back of the basket or to the left side of the basket. Third, protect your portafilter. Don't let that barista who taps the portafilter on the side with its metal tamper near. You may think it sounds cool, but it shakes the coffee to one side and it damages the portafilter's face. Knocking the portafilter with your tamper is a bad and very common habit. Fourth, evenly press and tamp, using your body weight, not your wrist and elbow. This produces a flat and even surface with a repeatable habit that reduces the risks often associated with strains and workplace injuries common to baristas. This is a trick that should be demonstrated by an experienced barista, how to lean into the tamp, not push with your elbow and wrist. The third of the 5 interdependent elements is the machine. Preparation of the machine is critical for a good start making espresso. Preparation of the espresso machine requires, first, having separate cloths for the steam wand, countertop, and portafilter. Color coding is strongly advised. Second, checking that the machine's boiler pressure is up to 1 bar before use. Third, warming or seasoning your portafilters by pulling 1 or 2 shots per group before dialing in and setting your espresso grind. Stacking the cups on the cup warmer on top of the machine with saucers and spoons ready next to the espresso machine. Maintaining your espresso machine is essential and easy. The best method is called clean as you go. Clean as you go includes improvements to your customer's image of your cafe and service. It improves your workflow and efficiency. Cleaning as you go also encourages health and safety for both baristas and customers. An essential daily cleaning involves flushing the group heads. By day, this is done with water and a brush. At closing time, this should be performed with an oil-removing coffee-approved cleaner. If a barista fails to clean the group heads, old oils and coffee grounds accumulate to form offensive, dirty, and musty flavors. You should understand water pressure is also essential for extracting espresso. At 1 bar of pressure, the machine boiler is warmed properly and ready for steaming milk or extracting espresso. When the steam wand is engaged, the pressure gauge should read 1 to 1.2 bars to properly steam and heat milk. When a coffee-loaded portafilter is placed into the group head and extraction starts, 9 bars of pressure is required. Alright, here's the machine. Every well-trained SCA barista should be confident to identify key components of an espresso machine. From the top, I will move clockwise around our diagram. Up on top, we see the cup warming top. Next, automatic dose control buttons. Next, the pressure gauge. Next, manual control switch. Then we have steam knobs, and then moving down the steam wand. You can see the drip tray underneath. Here's the portafilter handle, also called group handles. The portafilter spouts underneath. The group head, where the portafilter goes. And then many machines have height adjustment legs. That's our espresso machine. Good looking espresso machine. Wow, great work making it this far. That was a lot. This brings us to the end of our teaching for today. In the following episode, we will continue moving forward with Barista Foundation Part 4, with the goal of getting you certified with the SCA. For more great content, you can join our SCA.training coffee crew by scanning our WeChat code. Just send me a message. Hey, Huang Peng, I want to be part of the SCA coffee crew. Or 2, going to our website, www.sca.training. Third, by following our YouTube or Yoku channels. Thanks, and see you next time at SCA.training.